Okay, we're joining the broadcast here 11 minutes into period number 1. It is now 1-1. As soon as we join the broadcast, the Stars have scored to match the Wolves' earlier goal. Unfortunately, we've had some significant troubles with the facility here and accessing a live signal. So we do apologize for that. Completely out of our hands, unfortunately. So we are watching, you'll be watching this after the fact, but we will have it uploaded live and you'll be able to watch from at least the 11-minute mark of the first period onwards. So after all that drama, let's have some drama on the ice. My name is Mark Rooney for High Button Sports. Very pleased to have you with us. And this is indeed game 1. Of the potential 7-game series. Of course, the season series won by the Eastern Stars, although the games that I was privy to are very close in all games. And Island Pride on the line. Face off now after that, icing to the left of Aiken in the net. That was a power play goal off the stick of Lutley just as we joined the broadcast. In through center ice off the skate now of Richards. It'll be chased in by Carly McGuigan. She'll come away with it, at least start out. Digging for it is Waugh in front of the Wolves bench. Now comes out to Duncan. Duncan on this side of the center line, and that will be icing. Another stride or two for Duncan would have been a little more advantageous. 1-1 is where we sit as we get towards the end of period number 1. Great time of the year. Almost feels a little bit like spring outside. And, of course, it is playoff season. And we're actually having all sorts of Wi-Fi troubles in the rink. The live game sheet that we usually follow and help you understand the game with in terms of goals, penalties, and so on, that is down as well. So all sorts of no fun going on at the moment. So we'll focus on the game. The ladies will provide us our entertainment that way. That's in front, shot right on. Alexa Aiken with a huge save. Her best of the campaign thus far. Right in front, centered by the Stars, and Alexa Aiken with a huge blocker save to keep this at 1. Back the other way, the Stars stop it. Pino chips that ahead. Thomas takes a swing at it. Now a long pass onto the stick of McKenzie, breaking down the right side. McKenzie shuts! Oh, crossbar! What a long, good pass. That's Player, had it knocked off the stick. Good play by Pino of the Wolves. And back comes McGinnis. She's rubbed out by Pino. Battle along the near boards for it. Stevenson working in deep for the Wolves. She's all the way back. Wolves looking to capitalize. That'll settle in on Dunn, and she'll smother that. .558 is what we have left in period number 1. Face-off will be to the left of Grace Dunn. Again, a number of these ladies are starting their final provincial playoff series as seniors. Going to leave it all out on the ice. Here's Player. She's going to go one-on-one with McPherson. Her shot sailed wide, followed up by Walker. And chip it back in, trying to find Player. McPherson there for the Wolves. Finally clearing across the blue line. And Citrome takes charge. Nice move with the blue line. Citrome with a heavy shot. Aiken got a shoulder on that one to push that into the corner, away from trouble. Now that'll slip out. And the Stars will have to reset. Mullins trying to work through. Nicely held there by Stevenson. McPherson trying to backhand that. She's got pressure from Fitzpatrick. Nice pass accepted by Raina Fitzpatrick. Can't get that any further. Picked up by Mullins now. Nice move. Try the backhand. Side of the net. Hallie Curry. Forward to Duncan. Puck finds its way back to the Stars, where McGuigan takes charge. Pass turned over at center. Mullins. She's got Lutley. Mullins. Lutley. Nice defensive play. It's in front. And it sailed clear through the crease. Good play from Black here to take away the pass. Back down the Wolves zone. Caden Thomas trying to slip through. Bella Fitzpatrick. Wolves are deep. 3:37 is what we have left on the clock in period number 1. Thomas spins back out to Richards. Kept in at the blue line. Pounded back in from Pino. Centering pass, nicely picked up from Bradley of the Stars. Foiling that attempt. Richards, one hand, backhands that forward. Finds McKenzie. Now the Stars, a long pass for Player. She'll go down in against McPherson. Side of the goal, bang at it. Walker had a look. Citrome will shoot high and over everything as that one hit a stick. So we're tied at 1 as the end of period number 1 approaches. Back the other way. Only to the red line and back. That bank shot in. Delayed offside, actually. So Aiken held that. And that gives the Wolves a little bit of breathing room. They'll dump it in and go for it. Knocked down Larkin. I don't have access to the game sheet. Unfortunately, as I said, our Wi-Fi is essentially down here in the rink. So there's not much going on. But I believe that is Shaylin Larkin. We watched her earlier in the season. An impressive AP. Stars with some pressure now as both teams would love to have the go-ahead marker. There's a heavy hit, and that will be a penalty coming towards the Stars. Indeed it is. So Lutley with a little too much muscle, and that'll send the Wolves on the power play with 1:53. Dunn will see if she can keep this a 1-1 game. Right on, good start on the penalty kill. Wolves come in with a 14% power play. And the Stars' killing penalties have been an 87% rate. Stars with a good start. Player's going to be on top of McGuigan as she gets some skating room, hits center. He'll dump it deep. Charging after that now is Callie McNeil. It evades her. Back to McPherson at the point. She'll go into the corner for it. Back out to McPherson. Shot, trying to get a redirect perhaps from Thomas. Lands on the stick of Mullins, who does the power play and the penalty kill. Inside the last minute. Wolves will be on the power play for the rest of the period. Hoping to make it a 2-1 before intermission. Nice give and go! And Tamos not able to quite hold on to that. Stevenson. And it'll be back to the Wolves. Stars with some changes. Fresh legs for the remaining 30 seconds here. Duncan's stick was knocked out of the way by Walker. Just a hard stick lift. I don't think anything egregious there. Murray in her own zone. A little fake around player. Murray still with the puck. Murray shot. That's off a stick and high. Over the netting. And with 16 seconds left. And 23 on the penalty. Or in the penalty, I should say. Ten seconds to go. Wolves trying to make it a 2-1 game. Stars able to clear it. No, they can't. Push back in. Time now is going to run out, I believe, on the Wolves power play. And indeed it does. So a solid first period from both teams. We'll leave you at 1-1 and be back after the intermission. Thanks so much. Back with you for period number 2 action. We are underway. Even after 1. And I can honestly say you're not just joining us because this is going to have to be a recording of the game due to unfortunate poor Wi-Fi connection here within the facility. First time we've run into this, so we're not quite sure what will happen today, but the best we can do for today, so that's why we're watching it not live. We'll do our best job, though, for you to keep the action as exciting as possible and hopefully have the situation rectified before our next event here. Fitzpatrick backhands that. Wolves just finished a power play to wrap up period number 1. And a nice in tight Alexa Aiken with another nice leg save. That one is off Lutley. Now Lutley looking for the return pass. Fitzpatrick with a shot, and Alexa Aiken doing her best Velcro impersonation and making that puck stick to her for no rebound. That was off Raina Fitzpatrick, who's had a very, very impressive showing here as a rookie. Also, speaking of rookies, Kinley Duncan had herself a great regular season. 6 multi-point games from Duncan. So the future is bright for both teams. 6 graduates from the Eastern Stars, and now we'll have a penalty. This one will go against the Stars as well for an interference call. This referee making that signal. We may have our game sheet back live with us, although that relies on Wi-Fi as well, so we'll do our best. I can tell you the time of the penalty, a minute and 6 seconds into period number 2. This one will go against the Stars. And that is against Autumn Bradley for the interference call. Wolves now will go 5-on-4 for 2 or less. Trying to sneak one past senior goaltender Grace Dunn. Wrapped around. This is Larkin able to push that up. Hard charging Michipino behind the goal. She's stopped by Larkin, who doesn't get a lot on that one. Well, we do have our game sheet back up, so we'll be able to give you a little bit more information as the game goes along. This is player. That's settled in on the legs of Alexa Aiken. She steers that neatly. Stars trying to make a change in period number 2. Tough on the penalty. Now here's Letley alone, a break. Aiken, huge save. Wow. Now Mullins, who's also playing the the penalty kill as well as the power play. These seniors, a lot of ice time, shot right on Aiken again. That one off the stick of Mullins. So it is the Wolves power play. I can verify that. However, the Wolves have given up 3 grade A chances, and Alexa Aiken has shut them down. Now let's go back all the way with, turn back now. It's going to be 3-on-1. Still 45 seconds left. Drop back. Letley shots out wide. Wolves having a whole bunch of troubles trying to get going on this power play. And they're going to be offside, at least delayed. McGuigan is going to wait for her teammate to slip out of the zone. Now it's Maria McPherson trying to make something happen here. Just 20 seconds remaining on the player advantage. It slips out and McGuigan will take over for the Wolves. Wolves have to settle out again of the zone. Here's Stevenson. She'll try down the right side. Drop pass picked up by player of the Stars. She slips down. Shot. That's off a stick high. Side of the net. As the penalty to the Stars expires. Raina Fitzpatrick joins the rush now. That'll come to Aiken, and I think a much needed rest for the Wolves. I'm sure Coach Fortano has seen better power plays from her team this year. So the Wolves with their opportunities late in period 1, early in period 2. And at least in this particular one, it was goaltender Alexa Aiken who really made the difference in keeping this a tie hockey game. Great crowd on hand. Great traveling today here in Charlottetown on a Saturday afternoon, Now Hallie Murray being asked to leave the face-off dot, and settling in for the Wolves will be Shaylin Larkin. She'll go against the veteran. That shot. Oh, a nice stop off the skate from Murray. That's off the skate of Larkin, that pass. Giving chase. Mullins picks it up on the backhand. Returns that to Citron. She'll go wide. Now here's a break. Letley's onside. Emily Letts is offside. Correction. That's a tough one to time as the bank off the boards. Letley's trying to cross with optimum timing so as to capitalize. Sorry, not offside. It was the offside pass. Correction. I'll get that straight for you there. And that makes a lot more sense because on the blue line, Letley was onside to my eye. And now referee Ellen's arm is up, and we have a head contact penalty. This time going again against the Stars, I believe. 4 minutes, no correction. I'll get the game sheet update here. It will be going towards the Stars once again. This one is of the 4-minute variety. So the Stars are doing everything they can to help the Wolves. Can the Wolves take advantage of it here right now? They may have perhaps a little different lineup out there for this power play. In front, there's a shot. Oh, that was a better look than they had in the entire 2 minutes. Thomas had bounced off of her stick along the near wall. Thomas has it again. Good shot. Ricochets off of the Stars defender. That was Larkin. Pushes it into the corner. Lutley for the head contact. Centered in front. The Stars are going to control that and send it 200 feet the other way. That is Blackier behind her own goal. She starts out. It'll go to McNeil. McNeil gets traction through the center zone. McNeil, can she regain possession? Shot! Right on, nice stop from Dunn. McNeil with a nice rush, able to regain the possession and get a nice shot away on Dunn. He stretched up for that one. It'll go back the other way. 2:45 remaining on the 4-minute head contact to the Stars. Lutley. We played 5 minutes here in period number 2, 1-1. Turned over. Mullins is going to make capitalization of that. Like a dog on a bone. There goes Mullins on that puck. Ferocious penalty killer. Down to Aiken, who settled it. And this is Walker. Walker has Fitzpatrick, a one-timer. Couldn't get a lot on it. Back the other way comes Callie McNeil. Can she replicate the first rush? McNeil. She goes wide, forced that way. Try the wraparound, it's there. And Braylon Walker slips across. Stars bench calling for the trip there. Shot and Dunn will settle it into her glove. For a stoppage in play, $1.50 remaining in the penalty. 14:04 in period number 2. McNeil tied up in front. Dunn, they're banging away in the corner of the net, but Dunn has got a skate or a pad there. So as I mentioned, this is game 1. Here are the remaining games in the schedule. Tomorrow the scene shifts. Tomorrow evening to the Evangeline Rec Center. It's a 7 o'clock start. You'll be able to join us on High Button for that. Pushing wide on the rush is Stevenson. That was dangerous pass in front. McGuigan quick to bang that back in. Bella Fitzpatrick will get it the other way. 1 minute and 9 seconds remaining. Playoff hockey. You can feel it in the rink today. It's 1-1 and the teams have an extra level of intensity. Stars doing a strong job on the PK. All the way back in Kept in now. Just 27 seconds remaining. Wolves running out of chances. Just 15 seconds on the 4 minute. A couple of looks, nothing real heavy in terms of scoring opportunities. A couple of good ones for the Stars, actually. And that will do it. Another successful kill. And the fans are letting the Stars know how pleased they are with that. Gloved ahead by Blackyear, not to her teammates, so play continues. High off the glass from Player, and that'll get out. Stevenson was then able to keep it. Now this is Mills. She'll go cross ice to Blackyear. Intercepted by Larkin at center. A battle for it there. Stevenson's going to go behind her own goal. It'll get to the blue line and not out. Nice job of the Stars keeping that from sliding out. Cross ice behind the goal. McGuigan pushes that up high. Nice job again by Gindon to keep that in. And now Citrum takes over. She'll hit the red line. Crosses the blue line of the Wolves. Shot will be wide. Pino in time to grab that for the Wolves. And along with Thomas in front of the penalty box, they will battle for it. We're approaching the midway mark of period 2, still 1-1. Early goal by Hallie Murray. Just 3 minutes and change in, put the Wolves ahead 1. A look, nice leg save. That was Bell who took a rip at that one, I believe. And McNeil trying to come back the other way. That's turned over Walker. And we have now too many players on the ice. And that sideline quickly. Got Stars rush. Done with Velcro again. She'll keep that to herself. 5 seconds into the penalty. And we'll get a face-off again to her right. Puck drop, one back to the Wolves. McGuigan inside to Murray, the goal scorer. Redirected in front. Donna is low. And she's got it. Low, but not that slow. Dunn scrambling to cover that one. That was a good look for the Wolves. Now here's a break the other way. This is Lutley. Chased. Lutley in tight. Went backhand. Just slipped a little bit off of her stick. Back the other way now, Lutley with a shot into the red basket of Aiken. And we'll get a Wolves zone face-off now. Oh, tried to go up and over. And that was just a bit high off the stick of Player. Puck floats high in center ice. 1:06 on the Player advantage. Now player takes over in the neutral zone. Pardon me. She'll go wide, looking to take some time off the clock. Although I will say the Stars have had some great opportunities to score on their penalty kills. So Thomas, she goes to McNeil. Look in front, Dunn shuts the door again. There's a backhand. Dunn, I think, got a piece of that one as well. So the Wolves power play looking a little better. Unable to solve Dunn at this moment. Back to go the other way. 15 seconds in the player advantage. Massive bodies in front, and that will come not out, though. To the line only. Pino goes cross ice with it. That's Duncan. Shaylin Larkin gets it back to Pino, knocked down by Mullins. And a nice job by that is Gindon to get that up. Larkin pushing through. She's got Murray with her. Murray slides that through the crease. It's back. Couldn't get through to Dunn. Hit a body. And this will be icing. There will be player asked to leave the face-off dot. With a little bit of a disgusted head shake. That one all the way through. Those often don't make it all the way through, but that one did. And Dunn was able to turn that around to the corner of the Wolves with some offensive zone pressure now. There's a break. Braylon Walker in all alone. Walker scores! Braylon Walker has untied the game. And it is now 2-1 for the Eastern Stars. Walker sprung in all alone, beat Aiken low blocker side. And it is now 2-1 for the Eastern Stars in game one of the potential best of 7 provincial title. Black Ears. Shot attempt was off the stick of player. Wolves looking to come back the other way onto the stick of Mills. She'll get to center now to the blue line the other way. She'll get as deep as the corner. That centering attempt was nicely turned away by Bradley, I believe. Carlin McGuigan got a stick on that. And it'll come into the goal. Larkin with some patience. And missed her target, however, and that will be an easy icing call, the easiest one you're ever going to see. Remind you that the Major Female Atlantic Hockey Championship is coming to Charlottetown, hosted by the Eastern Stars. The dates are April 2nd to 5th, so that will come upon us quickly. And that will be an exciting time for these teams. As the best of under 18 female hockey comes to Prince Edward Island. There's Larkin now, turns the other way. Got a lot of speed, does Larkin. I noticed in a previous game she was here for. There's an AP. Larkin, another Larkin. And if I have my numbers right, that may be Sophia Bell. Indeed it is. Another AP for the Stars today. We're approaching the 15-minute. Oh, going to be offside of the Wolves. That was an excellent attempt. The initial recipient of the pass was probably onside, but she had a teammate that was a stride ahead of her, and I'm convinced that would have been the offside. Citrom had her pocket picked by McAdam. It's kicked forward off the skate of Thomas. McAdam doing some good work, digging behind the goal. She's rubbed out there. And back is Letley. Headlong pass, trying to find Raina Fitzpatrick, a hair ahead of her. And now an attempt to try to catch up with Mills, and that was going to be too far, and icing is the call. Regular season, the Stars had 4 in the top 10, including rookie Raina Fitzpatrick. Puck drop to the right of Aiken. Shot from Sister Bella Fitzpatrick. That'll miss wide. And maybe the net is off. Not quite sure what the whistle was for on that one. Anyhow, that'll give us a chance to talk about the Wolves for a moment as well. Third period coming up, and Maya Stevenson has been a third period fiend with 12 third period points, 23 on the season. So her time may be coming, and the Wolves are going to need more here to get at least a tie with this one in game number 1. There's Mills now able to get that teammate to Stevenson. It'll settle around. Lutley and Bradley doing their best to try to get that out. They'll get it to center. And that's Miley Stevenson able to turn that back around for the Wolves as they'll make a 5-for-5 change. Raina Fitzpatrick goes rink wide. Turn back up now. This is McNeil. Duncan, pardon me. She had her pocket picked. And Bella Fitzpatrick unable to get that too far. And this is going to be offside by the smallest of margins. A swing and a miss by Larkin. We don't see that one too often. And there's Braylon Walker with some speed. Nice leg save by Aiken to steer that to the right-hand side. Going back the other way, Wolves unable to clear it. Tie up at the blue line. Murray finds Duncan. Larkin pushed up to try to nix that forward pressure, and she did. Braylon Walker in with Kate Waugh. Walker comes away with it, finds player. She'll go through, trying to find a centering pass. Good stick block by the Wolves. Has a one-timer, scores! Braylon Walker with her second of the period. And that was a bit of a, as we say in the world of goalies, of which I am part, that's a knuckle puck, and those can be really hard to handle. You expect something really hard, You make a fast move on it, as did Aiken, and it floats on you, and it floats over you, and that's just exactly what happened there. So a tough puck to try to handle. And she's got that one easily. She's going to leave it for teammate Richards. Now the Wolves are down 2. As the period gets to be that time. Offside. Helper from player. So we'll see the face-off on the dot outside the Wolves territory. Citrome now. Oh, nice, neat pass there to Lutley right on the blue line. I was expecting the full dump and chase, but that hit Lutley right on the tape. Back the other way, McPherson. Some heavy forechecking now by Mullins and the Stars. Fitzpatrick's there. Citrome with a shot. That's through, scores again! A long shot for the point. And I can only imagine that Aiken didn't see that one fully as that floated over her left shoulder. And with 2 quick ones here in the last minute and 3 seconds, the Stars have gone from a 2-1 advantage to a 4-1 advantage. They have tripled their 1-goal lead. Well, quadrupled technically in math. They have 2 minutes to go here in the period. And with the win, the Stars are coming for more. Walker tried to get by McGuigan. Now Walker again shoots. She had a corner picked out. She had player on the side of the goal as well, opted to shoot. Definitely must have seen something there. Here comes McGuigan. He's got McNeil. McGuigan, and that shot on a crazy angle, but it was in there. And Dunn had to be sharp. There's another one. Dunn stands up with the blocker on that one. There's player. She'll go across ice to McGinnis. McGinnis gets the shot, and she'll turn for the bench. Now, again, a 5-for-5 change for Coach Fitzpatrick and the Stars as the Wolves try to come back the other way, trying to get something before the intermission. They are down 3. Shot right on! And Dunn got enough of it. Larkin tried to make the safe pass, but had a stick in the way. That was McNeil. Slips out past Richards. Collected by McPherson. She's got 30 seconds to work with. And Matheson for the Stars will get it deep. That'll take some precious time off of the clock. And Alakin is going to settle that down. No whistle. That was an interesting one. It clearly looked like Aiken was going to look for the whistle and the puck cover. Finally did get the whistle, no harm. Ellie Mullins trying to make something happen in the dying seconds. And Murray will get it out to Shaylin Larkin. Larkin with a shot. That's blocked. Stand up save there by Maya Larkin, I think, was whose legs I got a piece of. So an eventful last 3.5 minutes here as the Stars have capitalized on 2 more scoring opportunities to come away through period number 2 with a 4-1 lead. We'll be back. Can have a little bit of magic. And we're all set to go. Period 3 of game number 1. Turned over to Bradley. She'll get it going the other way. And that'll settle in on Dunn. Oh, she took her stick away from the post for a moment. No harm done as that one slipped wide, trying to prevent the icing. Mullins tried to hit Raina Fitzpatrick on a long pass. That was broken up by the Wolves. Duncan takes over in her own zone. There's Duncan now. Makes a nice move. Poke check there from Bradley. That's lofted high into the mesh. And we'll get a stoppage of play. Face off to the right of Dunn. He comes back, clean win, redirected. Not sure if Dunn saw that or got a piece of it. But I think Larkin may have gotten Shaylin Larkin, that is, of the Wolves. Got a tip on that. And that's what the Wolves need. They're going to need one here quickly just to get the momentum back. A nice stick stop by Aiken. That's McGuigan looking for the dump and chase. No problem on the offside there, on the icing. Duncan battling. Shaylin Larkin behind the goal. Tries to spin. Carly McGuigan has her tied up. And a pinch in now from Blackier. The Wolves with a nice energy coming out of the gate in period number 3. Braylon Walker, her 2 goals have made a huge difference in this game. Kicked ahead by Thomas now. Caden Thomas can't get a clean shot away. And it will be Citron behind her own goal. Tried to hit a pass there. Couldn't connect. Wolves able to keep it in Stars territory. Long pass ahead attempt. Got into the glove of Finley Blackier. She's able to knock that down on the red line. So a nice job by the Wolves D-man. Citron ahead to Lutley. Always dangerous. Lutley goes wide. McKenzie chips that in. Aiken's going to get the glove on it and cover with 2 minutes and 43 seconds rather gone here in the period. 45 seconds, I guess, officially. Next game again will be tomorrow. If you're unable to join in person, that will be in Evangeline. In the western, beautiful community of Evangeline, I might add. Now behind the goal, Stars trying to find Mullins in front. That'll be a 7 o'clock start. And that will be, I'm confident, better. Aiken trying to get a whistle there, and she was successful. Success with their Wi-Fi signal in there. So we'll have that for you on High Button tomorrow. Tomorrow evening at 7. So that'll be game 2. By virtue of winning the season series, the Stars have the extra home ice advantage, including getting started on game 1. And this is where we sit right now. No one can kind of find the handle on that, and it's going to be McGuigan. She backhands that out. This will go to Stevenson, first to it. Pushing in now, turned over. Raina Fitzpatrick slowed up temporarily. Cross ice trying to hit Mullins for the Stars. She's tied up, and Waugh. And there will be a penalty going to Mullins on that one as Waugh was taken to the ice. Stevenson crosses center. Looking for help. It will be stopped, however, by the Stars. And the penalty will come into effect. This will be Mullins with a tripping call. And the Wolves with, dare I say, yet another power play opportunity. They've had 4. This will be 5, in fact. And ironically, the best scoring opportunities from those have come off the stick of the Stars. So Captain Ellie Mullensit, now I see 4 minutes on the score clock. I thought I saw a tripping signal. I'll wait to see if I can find this on our game sheet update. And that has been, it is a slew foot, and there's the 4-minute explanation. So I only got a quick glimpse at the referee signal. So yes, that is a 4-minute slew foot, and there will be another tripping call. This one, I think, fairly obvious to call. So the Stars have run themselves into an awful lot of penalty trouble. To be honest, it hasn't cost them, but it's certainly not something you want to bank on and put into your game plan. Coach Fitzpatrick, no doubt, will want to have that cleaned up. So with 2 in the box for a maximum of 2 minutes. And 2 of the stronger Stars players, in fact, in Mullins and Player, they would be normally on this penalty kill. So the Wolves, opportunity knocks. There's a shot. It redirects off the stick or leg of Larkin. This is McPherson containing it at the blue line, shoving it around. McNeil. We'll go back to McGuigan. Across to McPherson. Lost the handle. That's in front. And Dunn had the post. McGuigan, her shot. That's off of Lutley, so good defending there by Lutley and chasing after it. She was going to get that deep as she could anyhow, as the Stars will change forwards. The Wolves will as well. Back the other way, Thomas trying to slip through. Good effort by Raina Fitzpatrick to tie her up. Now in front, shoots! Oh, a little high and wide from Murray. Looking for her second in the afternoon. Nice setup by the Wolves. Still 45 seconds left in the 2-player advantage. Cross to Richards. Stars are good penalty killers. That's centered in front. All the way back to Pino. McNeil just trying to get that going forward. Off her stick, kept it in. McNeil now should go off. Back to the blue line, kept in. Pino sets that up across to Richards. That looked like it hit a corner. And it missed high and wide. Picked up. Good anticipation by Bella Fitzpatrick. She's going to chase it down now as well. A good effort by Bella Fitzpatrick. Just 2 seconds remaining on the minor tripping penalty to Player. She'll be back. And look who it is. Caden's Player back the other way, fresh out of the box. She'll go wide. Loses the puck to McGuigan. Coming back the other way. McGuigan hits center ice. Still a minute left. That's into Dunn. And she'll get the whistle and a little bit of after activity as well. Nice job by Grace Dunn to see that one all the way through and to get the whistle. It'll give both teams an opportunity to change. Face off. Goes behind the goal line, picked up by Larkin, still on the penalty kill, out to McPherson, and the Wolves should get that in, and that will be knocked off. So again, we'll show you the head-to-head standings as we start game 1 of the playoffs. Stars finishing 5th, just a game under 500. The Wolves in 7th place. Stars taking the season series 4-1. 45 seconds. Wolves, you have to think, need this one here, and Dunn with a right leg, bad save, kicks it out. Player will get to the red line. She opts to revert. Still in possession of the puck. Yet that's the teammate, Bella Fitzpatrick, and that'll be sent the length of the ice. The Wolves in their own zone with just 7 seconds left. They get that ahead to McAdam. She's trying to push through. Fitzpatrick can't do it. And the 4-minute penalty has been killed by the Stars. They have been 5 for 5 on the PK today. In the regular season, that was a strength there. Aiken! 2 big saves! Aiken! And you're going to need her for everything the rest of the way, will the Wolves. So Aiken will get the face-off. That one floats in, wide. Murray ties up her opponent. That's Lutley. So a pretty good battle in the corner there. Raina Fitzpatrick's in as well. We've played 8 minutes now. Here's Mullins with a shot. Oh, a nice glove save from Aiken. So she'll get the face off to her left. Kept in, Citron with a shot. That's redirected, probably from Bell, I think. The AP, Sophia Bell, wearing number 73. Citron, she'll go across ice. Stars moving around nicely. I'm not sure what one more goal would do to the outcome of this one. Stevenson battles up the left-hand side. McKenzie for the Stars, pushing forward. Now Stevenson wraps behind her own net. Looks like she's going to go cross ice to Richards. Richards through the middle, nobody home there as the Wolves are making changes, and that will be an icing. Take an opportunity to remind you that the Atlantic Championships are coming this way between April 2nd and April 5th. If you're in the area, come on out and watch. It'll be some fantastic U18 female hockey in Charlottetown. Pino for the Wolves battles. She's got some help there in the person of Stevenson. That settles on the stick of Aiken, who steers it wide into the corner. Richards able to get it out. And now it's McAdam with a burst of speed. McAdam down the left side looking to go through and can't. Grace Dunn saw that nicely all the way in. Excellent. And Dunn will have that again. Excellent vision by Dunn, and patience is really the better word to see that. And a really nice rush by Aislinn McAdam also. She had trouble on top of her, and she did a good job trying to make something out of nothing. I think tried to get Dunn to open the legs and find 5-hole. And Dunn kept that one nicely in check. We're approaching the midway mark of period 3. Still 4-1 Eastern Stars with a commanding lead. Not insurmountable in minor hockey, but at this point, the Wolves need something to happen here fairly soon. That'll be on Dunn. She'll settle it for a defenseman. And a long pass to Lutley. Lutley decides to circle back, goes across ice to Myers. Myers knocked off the puck by Thomas. Mulvigan trying to find help in the center. And McGuigan will come back with it into her own zone. With some speed, this is Brooke McGuigan. Not able to knock her off the puck. She'll come down the right side. Shot. Dunn will see it and get the glove on top of that. Reminder again of the remaining games in this series. Tomorrow night will be at 7 o'clock in Evangeline, and next Saturday you'll be able to join me right here again at 2:45 for Game 3. Stars now. Circling shot, that's high. McGuigan lofted that over top of Aiken in the net. Right back in, hit a leg, didn't see the goal. Now Stars with some good puck possession in the Wolves zone. Chipped ahead, and that is Murray. Can't catch up to it, but Duncan does. Duncan, nice move. Duncan, can she get all the way in? Good defense there by Matheson. This is Maria McPherson, strong on the puck. She's worked by Bell, McPherson still on the puck. Excellent effort by number 15 of the Wolves. Blackyer is in deep for the Wolves, trying to find the puck. Inside 8 minutes, where is it now? Dunn finds it. Wrapped around. Pino pushes it back in. Wolves will make some changes. 7:30 to go in period number 3. Braylon Walker. She'll circle around, waiting for help. Taking valuable time off the clock is Walker. Nice stick move there. That was tipped and redirected. That was the shot from Autumn Bradley. That was Walker, I believe. Thomas bumped into Fitzpatrick. And Fitzpatrick is going to go on a rush. Bella Fitzpatrick has Mullins. She's onside. Mullins, there's a shot. That's high. Raina Fitzpatrick now. Utley will chase after McNeil. McGuigan in her own zone. She's going to loft that high down the ice, trying to find McAdam. Looks like it's going to be a pretty good strategy. McAdam very close to it. Now here's Bella Fitzpatrick, finds Mullins. Forechecking by the Wolves, stole the puck. And I think we're going to have a penalty assessed against the Wolves. This will be a hook. So Kinley Duncan will sit. And that is not what the Wolves need at the moment, of course. .6:20 to go in period number 3. Mullins, Lutley, Player, Larkin, and Fitzpatrick out there. To kill the penalty is Larkin, Murray, Richards, and maybe McPherson. It is for the Wolves. So can they find a shorthanded goal? Shaylin Larkin gets a shot. It's, oh my goodness! Oh, an historic save from Grace Dunn. Almost tragic. Dunn out to play the puck. And the wild attempt hit a stick, headed right towards the goal. Dunn able to kind of a Marc-Andre Fleury style dive back at it and got some paddle on it, and that's all she needed. So, that was an interesting moment. Mills in for the Wolves for checking. Raina Fitzpatrick picks up the outlet pass. Braylon Walker now with a shot. An excellent block, stand-up block by defenseman Finley Blackyer. 5 minutes even remaining here in period number 3. It's still 4-1. Eastern Stars 1-1 after 1, 4-1 after 2. Scores remain that way. The Wolves had power play opportunities and just could not capitalize. So while a rash of penalties for the Stars, they have been able to back it up with a strong penalty kill. Although that may not be a tightrope you want to walk every game. Knocked down by Matheson. Wolves able to get it. Now's the end of the penalty. Duncan back on the ice. She'll get a change. And the Wolves are kind of going to need their top offensive people out there. There's a shot blocker save from Dunn. She has been very, very steady today. Sophia Bell the other way, crosses the Wolves blue line, gets a shot on. Aiken had it at least enough for the referee to get the whistle. And that will get the face off to the left of Aiken. In Wolves territory. Larkin, that got all the way through. Aiken's going to reach for it. Not the paddle and stick save there. Larkin's shot attempt, hit a stick. And behind the goal, they're trying to loft it out. That was Blackyer. McKenzie for the Stars pushes it back in. Sophia Bell for checking. It's tied up there. And again, with clock the enemy of the Wolves, a tie-up takes away precious time to be otherwise used for scoring opportunities. This is a 10-second clock runoff. Obviously to the Stars' advantage. Banked off the glass. Myers does a good job of stopping that and turning it up ice. We will have an interference call. So we're not through with the penalty situation yet. McNeil in for the face-off. She's waved out. This will be McAdam replace her. Back to Blackyer. We're not through yet. 3 goals can be scored in a short amount of time. Mullins off the legs. Takes it back the other way. Backhands to Ludley. It's there. Aiken was covering post to post and prevented that one from crossing the goal line. And that's going to be lofted in high. Dunn will take the whistle, and Mullins is going to take the penalty. So, the Wolves with a second, I think, interference call coming their way. And it'll be 1:36 of 5-on-3. Don't go anywhere. Back to Blackyer. Wolves need shots. Done with a glove save. Made it look easier than it was. All right, so 2:32, pardon me, is what we have on the clock. The Wolves need all of their shots to go in now. In front, there's a good attempt. And that was Stevenson, just couldn't get a lot on it. Dunn was there. Puck drop again. Murray, can she turn it? Fire! Left leg save from Dunn. Captain McPherson, nice play. Trying to find it in front. Fitzpatrick has McNeil tied up. And we're going to see another penalty. This is going to be a slashing call, I believe, going the way of McNeil. There was some frustration there. She was tied up pretty heavily. So she'll be called, and that will nullify one of the player advantages. So we'll go back the other way into Wolves territory. 2:05 is on the clock. 3 players in the bench. Lots of skating room. Wolves need everything to go in right now. McGuigan pass a little too far for Murray. No icing. Back for it. Stirs. Not able to keep it in, however. Back the other way. Player just dragging that puck with her. Looking to take some time off now. She's tied up by McGuigan. Outlet pass to Murray, missed her stick. And the Stars do what they need to do, send it deep. McPherson. A minute 13 on the clock. And there will be the first penalty. So we'll be 4-on-4 now. For 20 seconds. Lutley with a break, high stick. No, knocked down by the Wolves D. Blackyer. And we're inside the final minute now. Fitzpatrick, nice move around the forechecking Stevenson. And it looks like this one is going to go the way of the Stars with just 40 clicks left on the clock. One last rush for Stevenson. She's forced wide by Matheson. Remember, Game 2 will go tomorrow night in Evangeline. Game time is 7 o'clock. Please be sure to join in on High Button Sports for that one. Up to Mullins on the right side. She'll get it just across the line and just a hair or two anxious. And why wouldn't they be down 3? But the Wolves will be offside. As the last seconds here at Simmons Sports Center tick away, the Eastern Stars are going to put Game 1 in their back pocket with a 4-1 victory over the visiting Western Wolves. There again is our remaining schedule. So Game 1 goes to the hometown Stars. And that is all for me, Mark Rooney, here on High Button Sports. Please join us again for game number 2 in this provincial series between the Western Wolves and the Eastern Stars. Thank you so much.